Coming up next, I'm going to share the 5 qualities that will guarantee that you win in the workplace. And then in the news, the vaccine requirement, what's happening with companies, and more. And of course, we're going to take your calls. It all starts right now. All right, welcome to the Ken Coleman Show. I'm coming to you live from our Ramsey Solutions studios in Nashville. And you've joined a conversation about you, specifically your purpose. Now, that's pretty heavy. Some of you go, I have no idea what that is. But I can tell you that I know what your purpose is. While I do not know the specifics of your purpose, I can tell you that you were created to fill a unique role. You are needed. You must do it. And we're going to look at the professional purpose. Now, we have relational purpose and professional purpose, but we're going to look at that unique role that you were meant to fill in your work so that you see work as not a job, something you do to get a paycheck in order to live, but that you see purpose in your work. You see that there is income and impact. You can make the money you'll want to make, and you can make the impact that you want to make. In fact, you should. I don't think it's an option. So we want to help you out. So whether you have no idea what that purposeful role is in your work, or you know what it is, but you don't know how to get there, or you know what it is, you know how to get there, but fear, finances, family, maybe past failure holding you back, you're welcome. You're in the right place. 844-747-2577 is the number. 844-747-2577. All right, before we get into, I'm going to teach here. I want to walk through the 5 qualities that will guarantee that you win. There will be no way to hold you back if you can develop these 5 qualities. And by the way, if you were to score yourself and you thought you might be low on one of these 5, I got good news for you. You can absolutely be great in all of these qualities. We'll unpack those in just a second. But one of the cool things about doing the show here at our Ramsey Solutions headquarters is we have people that come in every day and they'll watch my show. They'll stay for the Ramsey show, and people can sit right out in front of the glass. And it's always fun. It's always great. I know how to speak to a camera or just be in a radio studio with nobody. But when we have people in the lobby, it's always fun. And there's a couple of couples out here today watching the show. But there's one dude in particular. Sir, if you would take your sunglasses off and reveal that gorgeous hat he has on. Nathan, there we go. There he is. Now he's wearing a Michigan hat, my beloved Michigan Wolverines. And so I saw that before the show and I said, we got to zoom in on this guy. So, sir, you can see yourself on the replay of the YouTube show. I know you're not really thrilled about it. He's got a pizza shirt on and a Michigan hat. There it says Pizza Planet and a Michigan hat. And so I love this guy. This is awesome because it makes me want to order a pizza and watch Michigan play football. So I'm in a fantastic mood to start the show. So, sir, thank you for coming. Are you from Michigan? You are from Michigan. Okay. I would love to meet you afterwards, and we will gripe about how bad our football team is, and we will counsel each other, and it will be great therapy. So very exciting. So there it is. If you'd like to come watch the show, you can always come. Go to RamseySolutions.com. Tell us you're coming. And by the way, we give you free food and beverages. Hot beverages, cold beverages, all kinds of baked goods. It's just a wonderful experience. And I haven't sat on the couches out there, but I think they're relatively comfortable, are they? I'm getting the thumbs up. And this guy is hydrating himself, so that's very nice as well. So there you go. All right, let's get to it. 5 qualities that anybody can develop. Hear me on this. Anybody can develop these 5 qualities. And when I say develop them, I mean develop them to where you are great. You have abundance of these qualities. And this is the key to winning. Now, let's just for a moment, let's get real about the reality of getting promoted, which is stage 5 of my 7 stages. Getting promoted is where most of us spend our working career as we climb the ladder. And let's be honest, it's a competition. It's a competition. I mean, the days of, well, you showed up for work and you did your work. Let's give you a ribbon. Those days don't, that's youth sports, unfortunately. Everybody gets a trophy these days. Well, that doesn't happen in the real world. You know this. So it's a competition. So how do you separate yourself from the pack? Here we go. 5 qualities. You're going to lay these out. These are really, really simple. Number 1, likability. You got to be likable. Likeable. Now, we all have our shortcomings. We all have moments where we've been a bull in a china shop or something like that. And it doesn't mean that we're perfect with people, but it means that we are likable. We're just likable. We're a person that people enjoy being around. And that's a low bar in 2021, right? I mean, if you don't like get into an argument over politics, you are interested in your coworkers, you enjoy laughing, you say hello, you smile, you do nice things, you care about people, ding, 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 you're likable. Number 2, coachable. Coachable. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, this is huge. So there are 2 ways that we can show and we can demonstrate and become coachable. The first is in areas of instruction. When we're in the workplace, there are times where we will need to learn something, right? Some form of training, or let's just say when we start a job and they go, now here's how we want you to do the job. That's instruction. So that's pretty straightforward. And some people don't receive instruction well. They're telling you how to do it, and all you could talk about is how you did it in the other place. Shut up. Second thing is with correction. Now, there are times where you don't have to do something, awful in the workplace, but maybe you said something to a coworker or you did something that they've instructed you to do and you just made a mistake. It's an honest mistake, or you just didn't do a good job, whatever. And they've got to correct you and say, hey, you're not doing this the way we need you to do it. You got to tighten this up. A coachable person handles both instruction and correction well. A coachable person is okay being instructed. They go, I got to be instructed in order to win. And even when correction comes their way, they go, oh, this stings, it sucks, but I need to handle this so that I can become a better team member and a better person. Third, reliable. This is just your yes is your yes, your no is your no. When you commit to do something and people count on you, you're doing what you're asked to do. You're reliable. You deliver. Pretty straightforward. But just being reliable in 2021 puts you ahead of the pack. Number 4, adaptable. This is, as of 2020, I don't know if in 2021 it still holds, but LinkedIn said that in 2020, the most desirable quality for hiring managers was somebody who was adaptable. You know what that means? That you can handle change. Now, let's just call it out. Change sucks for a lot of people. All of us have problems with change on some level. If you ask me, Ken, how adaptable are you? I'd say I'm pretty adaptable. But I still have my issues with certain types of change, and so do you. But adaptability, listen, 2020 and COVID changed the work landscape dramatically. Companies had to pivot. We did at Ramsey Solutions. We had to make wholesale changes to go, hey, we got to go over here. We got to handle this. We got to do this. And companies did this worldwide. And the people that were adaptable, they helped lead that change. Because they were like, oh, man, this sucks. I can't believe we got to do this. I went from doing this job. Now I got to do somebody else's job. Right? The people that act like that, they're not going to survive. They're not going to thrive. But adaptability is one that goes, okay, we got to change. This sucks. I didn't plan on this. This is not how I saw it. This is not what I wanted to do, but it's what I got to do, and it's the right thing. It's the right thing for the bigger vision. It's bigger than me. I got to adapt. Adaptability, wildly attractive quality. And then finally, honorable. Honorable. This is integrity. This is integrity. This is how you treat other people as it relates to not just the likability thing, but you're not going to do anything untoward. You act the right way around the opposite sex. You honor the opposite sex. You are not a person who steals from the company. You're not a person who lies all the time. Honorable. This is character. So those are the 5 qualities: likable, coachable, reliable, adaptable, honorable. Let me just tell you something. If you were to score yourself on these and you said, well, gee whiz, Ken, I'm a 5 on all of them, which no, that's not going to be the case, but you can work on each of these qualities. Can I become more likable, Ken? Abso-freaking-lutely. Can I become more coachable? Yes. Can I become more reliable? Yes. Can I become more adaptable? Yes. Can I be an honorable person off the charts? Yes. See, these qualities, this isn't about talent. I've joked before, I love basketball. It's my favorite sport. And one of my great limitations is I can't jump. I can barely jump over a piece of paper. If you put it on the floor, I can scale the piece of paper. At least I think I can. I might have to stretch at the age of 47 now. But the reality is I can't jump. I could go do calf raises an hour a day. I could wear those goofy shoes, where it's like all the weights on the toe. I could do all the things. Here's the problem. I don't have the God-given ability, whatever it is in the calf muscle, the super twitch, whatever. I don't have it. They're laughing at me in the lobby, but I'm just telling you, I don't have it. So I can't develop the ability to jump. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? That's a God-given physical talent. Can't do it. But in each of these areas, I can develop myself, and I should develop myself, because this is the competitive edge. These 5 qualities. I'm just telling you. It's absolutely true. All right, let's get to the phones. 844-747-2577 is the number, 844-747-2577. Let's go to Indianapolis, Indiana, where Megan joins us. Megan, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. How are you?
Megan, I'm living the dream. How are you?
I'm okay.
Okay,
so
good.
Thank you for asking.
All right. So what's up?
So I have a predicament, and that is that when COVID started in 2020, my current employer, which is state government, allowed us to work from home.
Yeah.
A couple months into that, they told us that we were going to work remote full time because it was saving our governmental agency a lot of money.
Yeah.
Which was awesome because I really enjoyed working from home. And my ultimate goal is to be able to have a farm animal rescue someday.
Okay.
So my fiance and I decided to move out of the downtown area, an hour away, to be able to have land so that I can accomplish that dream someday. We moved to a really small community. And in June, my employer told everybody that they had to return to office full time.
Yep.
So now I have a 2-hour commute every day for a job that I'm not super hyped about.
Yeah. How much do you make?
I make around $42,000 a year.
Okay. Keep going. I interrupted you because I wanted to know anything else. Are you asking me? Are you asking me? Should you stay or should you go? Is that essentially what you're calling about?
Kind of, but also like if I do leave, I don't know what to do because my ultimate goal in life is to help and protect animals.
Right. So what needs to be true?
Now,
what needs to be true for you to eventually help those animals on this piece of land that you guys have landed on? What needs to be true for you to be able to do that full time?
Well, I need to be able to make money to be able to save to do that, first of all.
Right. So how much?
Oh gosh, I don't know. That is like this dream has just come to fruition within the past year and a half.
Right. So let me ask you this. Are you having to put fences up and shelters and then people will pay you to take care of their animals? I mean, explain that to me.
No. So what I would ultimately like to do is have a 501c3 and basically rescue animals from bad situations. And then just
just animals of all types.
So like farm animals, like horses, cows.
Why does it need
pigs,
to be
all that kind of stuff.
So why does it need to be a 501c3, a nonprofit? Why?
Just because typically in the work that I've seen, those kinds of organizations are.
That's what it is. So it's kind of donor generated because there's really no revenue that you got out of this, right? It's all expenses.
Exactly.
Okay. So are you planning to pay yourself out of this, or is it just a true labor of love? And if you can just fund getting the animals, number one, and two, taking care of the animals until they go to animal heaven, I mean, that's the reality, though, right?
Yeah, no,
You're
it
just
is.
trying to give them a good long life, and they die naturally, not from extreme causes because of how they're being treated. That's the goal.
Right.
So,
Yes.
so is you want to pay yourself out of this too, or is it just to be able to acquire the animals and care for the animals?
It would be basically to acquire the animals and care for the animals, and potentially have donor funds to help with that. I wouldn't want to pay myself out of this.
Okay, so here's the deal. So you need a day job. So you need another day job.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, then. So you have to choose. Do I want to continue to do a 2-hour commute, or do I want to work closer to the farm? And I know the answer. But you're asking me, Ken, I don't know what to do. But see, this is a little bit different. Your dream is what we just discussed, is running the farm and not even paying yourself. And your hubs or your eventual hubs will work, and it'll be a single income thing. And so because of that, to me, it's less about the sweet spot, right? To me, it's like, do you need to find a job where you use what you do best, talent, to do work you love, passion, to produce results that matter to you, mission? In this situation, no, because you're planning to work for how long until you would then start this thing and go do that full time? How long?
Yeah. Probably I would like to build the barn within the next 3 years.
Okay, so this day job is going to help fund that, right?
Right.
So I would go get the highest paying job possible that allows you to use your talent. So in this situation, if you look at my methodology, because I've said before, talent only, you can be successful. But if it's not work you love, passion, and it's not creating results that connect to your values, that's mission, then you're not going to experience that true significance. But that's what you're going to get with the animals. So in this case, I just go get the best stinking paying job you can near the farm. Here's the problem. You're in this really, really small town, which probably tells me you're limited with employment opportunities, right?
Right.
Oh, man. So now what, Ken? Well, again, it's like, okay, am I willing to drive 2 hours a day for 3 years? If not, I've got to adjust something somewhere else. So maybe I split the difference. Yeah. Are there good paying jobs, or at least something that you can replace your $42,000 with? Can you get another $42,000 job or a $50,000 job somewhere in between where it's only a 30-minute, one way? So it's an hour total. You see where I'm going here? This is simply about a mathematical equation. I need to replace my government day job because of the round trip. That's going to wear me down.
Right.
But that's it.
Yes, it already has.
Right. So we just go find another job that pays you 42 or more. And if you got the talent, or they'll train you and give you the skills and you can do the job, great. Because see, it's a day job. It's not, I'm not trying to get on a ladder. So that's why my advice is a little bit different for you. I'd go get a day job closer to the house.
Yeah.
Got it?
That I guess is like my main question is just like, do I try to find something that I'm passionate about that's a day job, or do I just try to find something that's money?
If you can. But great if you can. If you can find something that you're passionate about and it's got the money, woohoo! But the point is that it doesn't matter as much. It would be ideal.
Okay.
Yeah, if you can find work you're passionate about. Like, so for instance, for you, be awesome if you could go get I'm making this up, but if you could go get an office job or a support staff job for a veterinarian and make $42,000, now you're loving on animals during the day and you're passionate about animals. Great.
Right. Yeah.
But you're not limited to that. Yeah. But I wouldn't limit yourself to that, because now it's like, this is a day job and I want to make the most money possible because that's going to get me to the dream faster. Make sense?
Okay. Yes, it does.
Yeah, you're awesome. Love it. Love
Thanks, Ken.
Love it, Megan. Appreciate the call. I love that. See, so here, this is a great example I want to call out really quick. You were created to fill a unique role. You were needed. You must do it. I get this question a lot. Ken, is it okay if I do something that I'm passionate about that accomplishes a purposeful mission for me that's outside of a traditional 9-to-5? The answer is yeah, go do it. She's going to be working. I mean, good grief. She's going to be feeding Fred the old horse. He's so blind he can't even see the bucket. I mean, she's going to be loving on some animals that there's some physical labor here. There's some work there to love on these animals. but you can hear it in her voice. She loves the idea of caretaking for animals. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's missional to her. It creates results that matter to her. She wants the animal to be able to live their life to full age, whatever that is, and not die of abusive situations, but to die naturally. It's a beautiful thing. So does it have to be for a big salary? No, but that's her and her husband to be. They decide that and they figure that out and they go, this is what we want to do. You do it. So again, folks, I mean, that's an awesome contribution. Like, it matters to Megan. And it's a beautiful thing. And I'll tell you something else will come out of that. Something beautiful. You know, like she starts taking care of these animals and maybe people get wind of it. And maybe you have some kids that maybe are challenged with some special emotional needs, and petting a horse calms a kid. Well, guess what? She's got the old horse Fred who's blind. Well, Fred's going to be docile. The kid doesn't know that Fred's blind, but Fred nuzzles the little kid's hand, and that kid gets unbelievable therapy. Do you see where this stuff goes? So it's like there's so much here, and you got to be okay going, this is what I want to do. I want to rescue animals, and I'm not going to pay myself. Great. So I really love that particular story for that reason. You were created to fill a unique role. You are needed. You must do it. That's the key. 844-747-2577. Let's go to San Francisco, California. Lucy joins us. Lucy, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. Thank you for having me.
You bet. What's up?
So I am a 31-year-old, and I'm kind of planning for my future, and I'm sort of at a crossroad where I have a few career-wise different paths I can take. But I'm really trying to figure out which path would help me long-term.
Great.
And I'm sort of overthinking, and I'm planning for if I have a child and I become a stay-at-home mom for a few years, what's a good career that I can jump back into easily without worrying about, I've been out of the game. Yeah. Or if I jump back into the game many years later and without having so much difficulty just finding another job.
You won't. So let me just go ahead and just abolish that myth.
Okay.
Okay? If you know what you want to do professionally, and you've got that mountaintop in your mind, and sounds like you've got that idea, and there's a couple paths that are going to take you there. We're going to unpack that in a second. I want you to tell me the paths that you're considering. But the reality is you need to let that be the driver, not, what's the best choice if I have a baby? Because I'm telling you right now, you're probably going to have a baby. Can I just tell you that?
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to be a mom, even if you struggle, my wife and I struggled with infertility, and we adopted 2 boys, and then we had a biological daughter. Can I just tell you, in the deepest, darkest days, I remember telling my wife, Stacy, because I'm a guy that talks and I try to help with words because I'm a dude, and dudes, we just can't shut our mouth and try to solve every problem. Instead of listening, we just talk, right? I just know this. And I remember the only thing that I ever said good in the midst of all of that struggle was I looked at Stacy and I said, I'm going to tell you this, you're going to be a mama. I don't know how you're going to be a mama. I sure as heck don't know when you're going to be a mama, but you're going to be a mama. So I'm not saying that you're going to have any problems conceiving, but can I just tell you, you're going to be a mama. You hear me?
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, so here's the deal. We don't make a decision based on, if I'm going to be a mama, I'm going to be a mama, number one. That means I think that I'm going to choose to stay home. But you might change your mind. You might go, I got a family situation and I don't have to stay home. But if you stay home, that's awesome too. And if you stay home, here's what is also true, Lucy. You don't lose all of the skills and experience. They don't just go poof into the ether. You understand that, yes?
Yes.
All right, then. So, big freaking deal. Thank goodness our society and culture has moved significantly over the last 10 to 20 years, where I think now more than ever, no one is going to hold it against you that you were a stay-at-home mom. So, that is a non-factor. You will be able to re-enter even if you jump out for a while. I can assure you of that. So tell me what these paths are that you're over analyzing, and it's like a roller rink inside your head. What are the I know, I can feel it all over you. So what are the pathways? Let's look at them.
Well, so for the past 5 years, I've been in marketing, but since the pandemic, it's been really difficult to get back into it. The interview process has been just painful. Yeah. And so recently I have jumped into recruiting, which has been okay. But I mean, I've done multiple things in my life. I've worked as a salesperson. I've even worked as a consultant for marketing. Yeah. And I've done events. And so there's a number of things I can do. I do know that where I thrive the most is when I'm helping customers or when I'm helping people come up with business concepts, whether that be strategy or rebuilding branding or just furthering people's marketing.
All right, so let me ask you this. No more thinking. You're even thinking in the answer. I asked you what the two pathways are, and you gave me a short biography, and I get it, right? But here's the deal. I want you to share with me from your heart. What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Money wasn't an object, the professional type of a role. What would you be doing? Describe that. You started to.
I do know that I've.
So say it.
I do know that I would love to own my own business. As to what that might be, I think it's more so in the self-care realm. I just really want to teach people to take better care of themselves and how to do that.
Now that is very different from marketing and strategy. So the professional pinnacle for you is to own your own business, giving self-care.
Yeah.
That's what determines the next steps. You see?
Yeah.
We can go get a job. You're very talented. You've got a lot of skills in that marketing, strategy, business, ideas, creative space. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes. You have a lot of skills and experience there. Okay. But we have two big goals that we've discussed today. One, to be a mama. And I've already addressed that one. Two, to be a mama who owns her own business. Come on. Doing self-care. Yeah. And as I'm talking, and I'm not going to make you say it for time, but your brain is spinning right now about who you're helping and how you're helping, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know who you want to help. You know the problem you want to solve and the solution you want to provide. Yes, you do. You do know. Don't tell me you think. You've been thinking about it. You know. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes. So that leads us to this. If you're really good at marketing and business strategy and all the other things, I would go that direction first, looking for those type of positions, because that allows us to make the money we want to make and begin to think about the side hustle, because I'd like you to eventually start that side hustle. And just, it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be bold, but I'm just going to start. Maybe it's a podcast. Maybe it's content online. Maybe it's one service I start to provide. I don't know what that self-care plan looks like, but you do. And you play that out. So if we get you stable in a good day job, and then we start the dream job on the side, and then long term, we want to build up that business, right? So here's an idea. You could just do what I said, or you could look for a marketing or strategy job for a bigger company or a good size company in the self-care space. Because now
that's true.
You're going to get paid to help somebody do a version of what you want to do. So now your head's on a swivel. You aren't just helping them. You're learning things for you down the line. You see where I'm going with this?
Yes, that makes sense.
So there you go. Your two pathways are, I could just go get a day job where I'm doing good marketing and strategy, and I'm still got my head on a swivel, and how would I apply this to my company? And I start my thing on the side because I'm making good money, and I begin to tiptoe into it. I'm not putting all this pressure on me to live off of my side hustle. And I build the side hustle up to replace my income. And when I replace my current salary with my side hustle, it's time to step. Make sense?
Yes, it does.
But I really like the option of you getting a job that you can do in the space that you eventually want to be in. That's my favorite option. You got it? You know what to do, don't you?
I do. Thank you.
You bet, Lucy. You're awesome. Listen, folks. Lucy was over in a different part of her brain. Well, she was thinking, I got to get a good paycheck. And when I pushed her and I said, what would you do if money wasn't an object? What's the dream? She gave us a totally different path. I want to own my own business in the self-care space. So that becomes the focus. How do I get there eventually? And here's what's great. Some of you are having a hard time with the specifics. Some of you are taking the Get Clear career assessment and you're calling me up and they're still getting hung up. Here's what you got to do. Once you know what you do best, talent. Once you know what kind of work you love to do, and then you know what results you want to create, then it's just ding, 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 and it just kind of points you into all kinds of things. You see everything. However, so many people get hung up on the mission piece. So this is why we ask these 3 questions. And I didn't ask her because she gave it to us, but here's the reminder. I'm asking myself, if I know what I'm good at and I know what kind of work I want to do, now I got to say, who are the people I most want to help? Start to think about them. What's the problem they have or the desire they have? Then what's the solution or solutions, plural, that I get excited about providing to those people to solve their problem or meet their desire? Okay, give you a quick example. For some of you who are catching up, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. You've never thought this way before. But if I want to help people with their home problems, I might be an electrician, a plumber, HVAC, whatever. That's a problem I'm solving. But if I want to make women feel beautiful, I might be a skincare expert, esthetician. Maybe I do hair, maybe I do makeup, whatever. Maybe I design clothes or shoes. All of that work is honorable. One is problem related. The other is desire related. It's all honorable. So those are the questions that will really help you break through when you see the missional result. So when you get the Get Clear career assessment, you're going to find out your top 3 talents, what you do best. You're going to find out your top 3 passions, work you love to do. But then when you get that missional result, you go, oh, what do I do with that? So if my number 1 missional result is creation, I got to go, oh, who do I want to create for? What do I want to create? And all of a sudden, watch what the brain does. It turns into a camera and it begins to just take pictures of all the things I want to create or who I want to create for. That's how this magic works. Clarity reveals so much. By the way, Lucy is still listening to me. So Amanda, I want to make sure that you tell her this because I put her on hold, but I wanted to tell her this. So she's like, oh, it's been so hard to find marketing jobs in the pandemic. Lucy needs to go to ZipRecruiter.com/Ken. Like right now. Okay. The reason I endorse ZipRecruiter is this very reason. It's time consuming to apply for jobs. You apply for stuff, you don't get any results back. It's like crickets. You don't hear anything. It's just debilitating. It's intimidating and very frustrating. But my friends at ZipRecruiter help. Here's why. Number 1 job site in the United States. Their candidates are 3 times as likely to get hired. And here's the deal. With the one-click apply feature, it's free to you, by the way. You go to ZipRecruiter.com/Ken. They immediately start shopping your profile to jobs that match up with you. And every time you get a like from a company or a click on your resume, you get an email from Zip telling you this. It's encouraging. You see there's activity. They are a recruiter for you. So Lucy needs to be using ZipRecruiter. I'm just going to tell you. As plain as I can say it. Because it doesn't cost you anything. The companies are paying ZipRecruiter. This service is free to you. I don't know why you wouldn't do it. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/Ken today. All right, quick break. When we come back, we're going to get in the news for some updates of what's coming at you as the employment landscape is always shifting and changing. Don't move. This is the Ken Coleman Show.
Our world is changing, but so are we. Now, we see a smile through someone's eyes. We conquer our struggles and cherish each moment because we are shielded through faith and assured by hope. And greatest of all, we love. The world different, but so are we.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Ken Coleman Show. Thrilled to have you with us as we help you move from paycheck to purpose. And by the way, that's the brand new book. I'm so excited about it. It's available for pre-sale. This is the book that I haven't had for 2 years. So we wrote the proximity principle, which is all about connections. How do you turn connections into opportunities? And people are going, Ken, this is great, but the problem is I don't know what I want to do. And it takes time to write a book, right? And so we're nearly 4,000 phone calls with me coaching people and also looking at my journey. And how did I go from no training, no background in broadcasting to a nationally syndicated radio show broadcaster? How did I do that? And starting at the age of 33. And so what I teach in the 7 stages: get clear, get qualified, get connected, get started, get promoted, get the dream job, give yourself away. It's based on my journey and certainly many, many others. So this is the book. We unpack the 7 stages. So this is for anybody. If you're just going, Ken, I don't know what my purpose is, but I sure would like to have a good job. Well, we'll help you with both. The subtitle is The Clear Path to Doing Work You Love, and that's what this book is. So it's available right now for pre-order. Comes out November 9, and you can get it for $20 at kencoleman.com, and for $20, you're going to get the ebook and the audiobook, both separate purchases normally. Get all of that plus $100 worth of free resources that'll help you get hired and get moving on in the journey. And then there is one bundle at kencoleman.com. You can also get the brand new Get Clear Career Assessment, which is a $30 assessment on its own. It's going to give you a great detailed report on what you do best, talent, work you love to do, passion, and the results that drive you, mission. Plus, we fill out a purpose statement for you with those results. And it reads like a compass. It's unbelievable. It gives you your North Star. And any job, anything you're looking at, you're going, does this fit my purpose? And then we show you professional possibilities. It's a great assessment, really wonderful conversation tool and awareness tool. Get feedback on it, talk through it. It's going to give you a tremendous amount of clarity and confidence. So you can get the assessment and the book for $30, which means you get the assessment for $10, the book for $20. You get all the other goodies. So kencoleman.com right there on the homepage. Okay, it's time for In the News. Let's go. CNBC headline: COVID vaccine mandates in job listings jumped by 34%. The share of job posts that require a COVID vaccine were up 34% on August the 7th compared to July. This is according to Indeed and an analysis of a 7-day moving average. Other job ads aren't as specific. They'll just ask for a vaccination without mentioning COVID. But it's clear they're not saying, do you have the polio vaccine? All right. So don't try to be cute with this. If people are putting this up, you got to decide where you stand on this issue. And that's the reality. The jump in businesses requiring a vaccine for new hires also coincides with the record number of job openings. Despite big percentage growth, the overall number of job posts mandating applicants to have a vaccine is still relatively small. So if you're a person who's worried about the vaccine and you don't want to take it, don't panic, don't freak out. These job postings that require the vaccine are a very, very small number. But this is going to be something we need to watch. We're just going to have to pay attention to this. I get questions on this every day. I'm not an expert on it. I'm paying attention to the news probably more than you are. And I would tell you this, as we see a push from the Biden administration, and it was very clear yesterday, hey, we're saying that every company needs to require it. You'll have some companies that will absolutely jump on this. You'll have some that will not. And all of it could be a moot point if the state that the company is in and their legislature decides to step in. That could happen. I don't know that that's going to happen. I would say that in some cases it might. And so now you got this federal suggestion, but then you got the states who actually have the legal right. If they pass legislation and say, if you're a Tennessee company, you can't require that. So this thing is going to stay a political football. Don't freak out. Be informed and make your decision based on all of that. So there you go. All right. Hey, I'm looking at the clock. Time flies when you're having fun. I got to get out of here. But the radio show, SiriusXM, coming up. So don't miss that. And remember this, you matter and you have what it takes. Press on.